Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I am so glad to have you, and I hope you guys have made it this far into this speed build of a farmhouse. I am so incredibly excited to share this project with you because I think it was by far my favorite, for sure, and my best build I've ever done in The Sims. I pushed myself to the limits. I've used objects that I usually don't use. I cluttered the place up. I put things where I normally don't put them. And I think I did a really great job on the landscaping. I absolutely loved how the sunroom right here, like 3-season room, turned out. I love those windows from the laundry day pack. I voted for them, and I hope you guys did too because they are awesome. Why wouldn't you want a bay window that looks like that? Actually, fun fact, everything that I voted for the laundry day pack actually ended up coming into the laundry day pack as objects. The only thing that I really didn't get was the clothes. I really didn't vote for many of the clothing items that are in the pack. I voted for a lot of different stuff, like other stuff. But it's okay, it's whatever. I still love some of the clothing items in the pack. For this house though, I did use a lot of cats and dogs and laundry day items just because I felt like it was perfect for the feel of the house that I was going for. I also used columns on the corner of the house. Like, look how great those look. I started using the ones that I put on the porch, and then I decided, those are a little too fancy. I'm gonna use something that's a little dyed down. It just adds a little depth and it's not like overpowering. I also was messing with this stupid chimney stack for the longest time. I just couldn't figure it out because I'm very OCD and I needed it to be in the center like that. And in the end, it ended up being like that, but I was so terrified that it would not line up with the fireplace downstairs, but it all worked out perfectly fine. You know, I wish it was a little bit taller in the end because I do shorten the wall a little bit just so that it would actually work with the object that I used to put in there. And then I use these little guys. I don't even know what they're called. And I'm an architectural student. I don't even know what those are called. And I use them. And I don't know why I haven't used them before. Maybe because I do a lot of modern stuff, but they look awesome. I used a lot of cats and dogs, windows and doors. I think actually all of the windows and doors are cats and dog items. I ended up changing that window on the front later on in the video just because the black was too harsh for me. And I was playing around with all of these walls constantly. I don't think the house shape actually stayed the same from beginning to end. And then here, I love these French doors from the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. They look so great in this space and they fit perfectly. They, you know, definitely got the job done for me. And I absolutely love how, you know, the living room turned out. I loved how... I can't boast about this enough. I loved how this whole house turned out. And I ended up, you know, hilarious thing is I ended up going back in and putting more stuff in the house. I ended up forgetting trash cans. The Roomba that I put in it ended up not being able to run because the something was in the way for it to get back on its dock. And then I made the backyard a little more cozy. And I think I have photos of it, so you guys might see it at the end. But I added another one of those bay windows in the master bathroom, as you can see. My dream is to have something like that in my master bathroom. Upstairs, I ended up adding another dormer on the hallway side just because I wanted to add some objects in there, like some activities that the Sims can do. And the upstairs has an insane amount of windows. I think every single room has like 4 to 6 windows. It's insane. Like the front bedroom has I think 8 windows altogether, which is insane. But I love windows. They're my favorite. And then one thing I really like, I don't know if this was an update or if I was just too stupid to realize that you could do this, but with the roof type where it's the backside is flat, so you can put it up against a wall, you can extend them now. And maybe I was just too stupid to realize it, but I was so excited about that, so I actually used them in this build. And then for the fencing, I was going to use a privacy fence, but the lot that I used to build this is the one in Brindleton Bay to the right of the vet clinic. So I think if you guys end up using this house and putting it on the same lot that I built it on, you would end up seeing the bridge of Brindleton Bay as well as the river and bay, which is really beautiful. And I think the fence actually turned out really great and matched this house really well with its character and ended up being the perfect match for the house in the end. Another thing I really enjoyed was messing around with the landscaping, especially with the texture tool, because I normally don't do this, what I'm doing here. I normally don't do that. I just use like concrete, like flooring. But I created a nice little path from the front yard to the backyard. I added a ton of landscaping, and I love the new plants that came with cats and dogs as well. I use those hostas everywhere now. And then those trees. Ooh, those trees are amazing. I love those trees. And I loved playing with the landscaping. I don't know why I didn't do it before. Maybe because I thought it was tedious and just like, but I loved how this little section turned out too. This little like walkway and where I put the trees. Like, you know, if you actually lived here, you could walk this path whenever you wanted to. And the greatest thing is, you don't know what part of the house is the front or the back, so you can make that the front door if you want to. Whatever floats your boat. The only thing that designates that as the backyard is the fence, and you can get rid of the fence. I don't care. But, you know, I think it just turned out really beautiful. And I'm very proud of myself. I'm not gonna cry right now, but I am very proud of myself of this build. And the more I watch this video and replay it, the more I absolutely love it. Because I think I actually did a really good job. Like I've never been, I don't want to say I've never been motivated as much as I am with this, because I have motivations and everything, because I clearly am a student. I go to school and, you know, I want to do architectural stuff, but I like was determined to make this house beautiful and the best that I've ever done. And I think I accomplished that, and it's really great because, you know, in the past I haven't, you know, always had great accomplishments, and, you know, the last few months have been really hard for me in my personal life, and I think this house actually brought back the feeling of feeling accomplished. And it sounds silly that a game could give you that feeling of accomplishment, but that's what The Sims has done for me for many years, is give me that feeling, because I can be creative and do what I want and build whatever I want, or, you know, create whatever sim I want to create. So there's a little personal story for you guys. I think that's, you know, why I love this house so much, is because, you know, I pushed myself to make it the best that I wanted it to be. But I ended up adding doors here and kind of moving things around. I ended up switching that back around later on. I think I actually extend an exterior wall to make it a little bit bigger for the mudroom / laundry room. And then I unfortunately lost footage of the decoration of the living room and the kitchen. I think the bathroom and mudrooms are decorated as well. And then here I am doing the sunroom, and I think the decorating could have been a little bit better, but I used a lot of the laundry day stuff because I think it was perfect for the space, and I absolutely love that pack and the objects. And I made it kind of like a gardening station. Like, you know, you could go out there and sit and enjoy your coffee or something, but you could also go out there and garden. And I ended up I end up later finding a lot of clutter stuff for gardening, which I had no idea we had. Shows how much I actually like play around with the buy mode stuff. But I loved those little baskets in the corner there. I love those from the laundry day. I think they're so cool, like, because I have baskets like that in my house. Like, I feel like it would be perfect, and you know, it makes it more realistic, and it feels like you're actually living here, and like it feels like it's your house. And then I am adding lights to everything, because I don't just use the disc lights. I actually put like real different lights in the spaces, things that like would actually go with the items that I have in that room. I don't care about the lighting. If it's dim in my videos, I don't care. I like it aesthetically. I'm gonna use that word like 10 million times. Here I am decorating the master bedroom, and I end up not putting clutter items in there, and I go back later. I don't know if it's on video, but I go back later and actually add everything in, because I was like, dang it, I forgot. Like, as I was taking screenshots and stuff, I was like, man, why did I forget that? How did I forget that? So later, don't worry, you know, in the screenshots you will see that there's items in there. And then I added a little doggy bed. I don't know if it works, so let me know, because I did not play test it with an animal because I'm stupid. And then I am finishing up the master bedroom with adding some paintings and some, I think I used some of the scrolls that come with City Living. And to my favorite room of the house with this bathroom. I love this window. I end up putting the bathtub right there because that was my plan from the start whenever I did that window. That is one reason why I extended that wall out a little bit like that. And then I go through and I kind of make it light and airy, but then I use the dark marble that comes with the dine out to kind of ground it. And fun fact, I used to actually design bathrooms and backsplashes because I worked at a tile store. And I was a salesperson, but I considered myself a designer because that's what I love doing. It was so much fun to me. I miss that job a lot. I actually have dreams about that job. It's really weird. I wake up and I'm like, man, I must really miss that job. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm no longer there, and I've moved on to better things. And hopefully we'll be doing this in my professional life here soon after I get my degree. I love these mirrors that I put in here. I don't know why. Probably because they're like kind of like a roaring 20s feel. And I love the 1920s. Like, it is so, I love that era. I think it was an awesome era. And then I'm adding a few more things in the living room and the hallway with paintings, and adding lights into the master bathroom. And then I think I move outside and add all of the kind of hangout stuff. I added a grill, I added the picnic table, I added a wind chime, and then a fire pit. And I end up moving that fire pit to the left side of the house. Like, if you're looking at it right now, it's to the left now, like over by the sunroom, just because I felt like it was better placed there. I feel like it was in the center with it being there. I end up moving it there and leaving it there later on. Like, I put it back there, but it's actually not there anymore. So I ended up actually putting a clothesline outside too. And then I move on upstairs to the, I think, this little sitting area once I get all of the wallpaper done. I was originally going to do the desk over there in the dormer, but then, you know, when I put that door there where the desk is, I knew I was going to end up moving it later on like I did, because I knew that's where I was going to put the computer. I just put that door there because I was like, maybe I'll change my mind, but I didn't. Clearly I stuck to it. I used the dormer as a little nook for the chemistry table and then for a chess table. I tried to fit an aquarium somewhere, but it actually did not work out. I think I put a fishbowl here though. I think. We'll see. Oh, I did. I did put a fishbowl there. And then the bathroom, I love this bathroom because I kind of kept it more like vintage looking because it is a farmhouse. So I kind of try to keep it to an original character with the clawfoot bathtub and then the pedestal cabinet sink. And then I moved on to the guest bedroom, which I used cats and dogs. I absolutely love that comforter. I end up adding a lot of clutter into this room. It's kind of like a guest room, but it's also like a storage room, you could say. You know, I added a painting, I added, you know, curtains, a mirror. And then I ended up using the trunks that come in cats and dogs as like a clutter item, like because, you know, it is kind of a storage room. And I cluttered up the dresser with some flowers and some makeup and nail polish and all of that stuff, which I've never really used. I've used it here and there, and then that's where I found the gardening tools, which I had no idea we had. Again, like, what? Blew my mind. I was like, oh, these are so cool. Added some cologne, perfume, whatever makes you smell good. And then makeup brushes, some more tools that I found. Found some toothbrush holders and a soap and all of that stuff. So I just wanted it to feel like home. I added more things downstairs, and I ended up going back later and putting more stuff on the bookcases because I felt like they were too bland because they all look the same, obviously, because they are the same. But I ended up adding like a vintage camera and a few other, you know, sculpture items, plants here and there, empty shelves. And then I put this little meditation bench thingy in the yard because I feel like you would meditate over there. I was going to put a painting easel, but I decided not to just because, I don't know, it just didn't feel like I needed it really. And this front bedroom, I was going to make it like a kid's bedroom, but you know, I was like, well, she's not really, the person that I'm using this for is my Not So Berry character, the first generation. I was like, she doesn't have a kid, so why would she use that as a bedroom when there's already 2 bedrooms? So I made it into a little game room with a foosball table, the little globe where you can go get your scotch or whatever you want to get, wine, vodka, rum, whatever. And then added, you know, some music because we're gonna be jamming in that room all the time. I even added the painting of the poker dogs into this room because I thought it was perfect. I should add the poker table into this room instead of the foosball table. There's an idea. I end up going through each room upstairs and putting different lights in just because I don't like using the disc lights. And I really messed with the bathroom lights because I just could not figure out what I wanted to use. And I think I ended up using just one of those, the generic like ceiling fan looking light, whatever it is, just because nothing else worked in that room. I was like, screw it, just use that. And then I used most of the hang down, what are they called, pendant lights. Added some outdoor lighting, and I also added lampposts because I felt like, you know, the Sims would be walking around and I wanted it to look like you were coming off of the street. So here are the screenshots. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Let me know if there's anything I can improve on. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.